Yo, welcome back to Disc and Deals coverage. We made it. Round 2, back 9 of the second annual Foxtail Farm Championship. I'm Lucas Deal, joined by this man right there, the owner of Foxtail Farm, Mr. Cooper Arnold. This is Foxtail Deal commentary. Coop, you ready for this final round, dude?
Oh boy, am I.
Final stretch, final 9. Got to shout out all these peeps. MK for coming in and doing the thing for TDN. Course prep by Matt Jenkins. My man Brandon Knopf for coming in and stepping in for Catch Cam. Sponsors BKS Artisan Ales, Tech Disc, Dynamic Disc, Kansas City, Kevin Simpson, Bob Goodwin, Quentin Shaw, Dan Bells, and Under Par, the title sponsor of the coverage. Coop, why don't you tell me about the players we got on the card? You might know one of them.
Oh yeah, we got a good card for you. We got Cody Zirkle, who dropped an absolute shredder of a round in the first one, put an 8 under par when most people hadn't touched under par ever. Big time forehand, great putter. We got Mr. Bones Jones right there, not sponsored by Twisted Tea and not sponsored by those floppy frisbees, but he ought to be soon. Best golfer or second best golfer in Kansas City, coin flipping. Take it. Jose Ossa, one of the long-time golfers in Kansas City, been playing forever. Huge putts, big forehand, big backhand, and a great golfer above all. And hey, that's me. I'm the madman who designed and built this thing, and I was lucky enough to play well enough to get put on camera here. So get to watch some fun golf come up here on the back 9. This is when it gets serious over here at Foxtail Farm. And we went from the third hardest hole on hole 9, if you watch that video, to the second hardest hole the day in hole 10. And it's because we got to the top of this plateau, and that wind that we couldn't feel before, we can feel again. So this hole, which is a lot wider compared to 9, becomes a lot narrower because your disc is going to start flipping a little bit more on you. Still challenging, still really one you're going to want to negotiate, but it went from, I think, 0.8 over par the first day, 0.7, something like that, all the way up to 0.9 over par. People, as much as they solved hole 9 the day before, they forgot how to play hole 10, or it was just that headwind getting them or something. But here we are sliding down the hill right at the bucket. If you can come away with a par or a birdie here, you're gaining strokes.
Yeah, and Jose's going to have the box, and Jose looking to pump on just a rock off the tee.
I like that play here. You don't got to get too big. 800 feet, not too far, honestly, for a par 5. It's just about advancing. And look how the disc puffs up a little bit, and just kind of keep an eye on the leaves too through here. Hits that little bumper. He's left side. He can advance over there. But all those leaves you couldn't see moving on 9, you can see him moving right over here by the camera. What's Bones throwing there, boss?
It's actually a TL3.
Okay, that's more reasonable. Got over there and see he hit that wind and turned him pretty good. He was hunting that property line, kicked him back to the middle a little bit.
He got fortunate.
Got a little bit lucky there. That's okay. You got to get lucky sometimes. And I'm throwing my my MD3 again. This is a disc I hope I never lose. Just right down the middle. If it hadn't missed that one, it was going to be pretty daggum perfect.
Yeah, you had a high leg knee after. Is that when you know it's going to be a decent one?
Oh, I popped into it pretty good. I had a good plant is what happened there, I think.
Okay, that's fair.
I was focusing instead of rolling through, planting really good. Forehand, I like the forehand shape here, and honestly, that's not a terrible knockdown, straight in the middle. He can advance almost 300 feet here if he wants to. Little touchy of an angle, but he can make it work.
Oh, yeah, just hit the tree.
He got to the second gap. He can still get a par. And I'm going for a destroyer here. I got this hard Anheuser angle up the second gap, and I want to see, feeling frisky, see how far up here we can get. Yeah, so you got that little hop on it, got that plant, cooked it pretty good.
Man, but that was...
Turned him too.
Yeah, you made some progress, dude.
Sometimes if you get lined up on that gap, it's pin your ears back and go. Because if you can make distance on this, you can make birdie a lot more simple. And it's possible. We haven't seen an eagle on this hole yet, but it's possible. Jose is on the awkward left side over there. I kind of call this the first cut of the rough. It looks like he's in the fairway, but not really. But he's got an opportunity to advance.
And look at him with that wraith again. I'm
Huge.
telling you, he shapes that so beautifully.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a golfer's golfer too. He has all the shots he needs to, and he's got a good head on knowing when to throw them.
Oh, that was
Almost,
close to perfection.
almost perfect. He gets into that secondary area. He can still advance through there. It was almost great, but it's still really good. This is one. Let's see if he throws this turnover. Some players from here be looking at a roller. Yeah, get that stick out of there.
Pretty smooth the way he did it. Just a little low.
Little low, yeah. That hill kind of comes up on it, and if you don't commit to throwing the disc in the air a little bit, that little crown on the hill can get at you. So Bones is probably 380, 400 from here. Maybe not even that. No, he's probably 400.
Ooh, he got to kick off into some real rough stuff over there.
And from back as far as he was, that's a little bit of a pokey shot to be trying to throw that big on it. You really need to be nestled up a lot closer to make those gaps more manageable. Jose's got this right to left shaping fairway, it looks like. If he can hit this shot and then hit the pace right and fade down at it, he can be attacking pretty good and maybe even end up with the birdie here. Little inside of what he wanted. Pop left, pop right. And that'll work out okay.
Kick to the middle. Can't be unhappy being in the middle.
Yeah, let's see if we get a forehand out of Cody here. Yeah. This shapes well. There's a good left side he could be taking. He could be taking the slow turning on the right side, but I think he's going to take that skinnier straight left side shot. Yep.
Yeah. And Brandon was not ready for a forehand.
Yeah. And this is this would have been thick shul if my neighbor hadn't been doing some property work. He's rebuilding this fence, and so I got a little bit lucky here, but this is still pretty scrambly. Trying to throw a flex forehand with a destroyer. I think I should have. I was laying in bed thinking about that one. I think I should have thrown a cut roller. That's one I want back.
That would have been sick to see too. But you still again, the name of this hole is make progress down the fairway, and you did.
Yep. Yeah, being that far in 3, there's an easy par on the horizon, so I'm not upset about that. Bones gets down into the valley. He's got 40 feet maybe at him. Boy, how many times have you seen Jose and the awkward patent pending today?
Oh, I know.
He's got such good body control on it, though.
Ooh.
A little scared the bucket a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
This is one, if Cody wants this one, he could try to go for it. This is a makeable putt, but it gets real quick on you.
He's an aggressive putter too, though.
There's just enough trees back behind the basket. You can get into some real trouble. And
I think it was a bid.
Yeah, I know. I think so. I think he got into some trouble. And I had nothing here. This is purely just try to get close to the basket. If I could have tried to scare it, at this point I was score watching, and I knew if I wanted to try to win, I had to do as much as I could. But there was no chance to do anything but try to get close there. Somebody hit my grass flag up there and knocked it over. Bones said it wasn't in his way, so we let it be here.
Yeah, I can also vouch for that.
Man, that's close. Ooh, he got framed up on it.
Yeah.
This will be a cool bid. And cool make. Boy, that's probably the happiest you ever be to make a bogey.
No doubt.
Making a cool putt like that.
That was pretty awesome. Because he had to, I think he was close to circle's edge, if not out.
There you go. That's a good par. Just drop in a par. Happy about it. Move on.
Yep. I think John's going to card the bogue.
Drop back one. Yeah, like I said, this is when I was score watching. I was talking to my caddy, Kevin, and I said, I just need 6 holes. If I can play 6 that are decent, we'll be okay at this point. But
Ooh, Biscuit Deal's double take for a bogey, but it's well worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at that one.
And
Just
the little
snuck in.
grab at the end, too. That's beautiful.
Yeah, for anyone that wants to talk trash on veterans, there you go. They catch.
Mm-hmm. I've never had an issue with these veterans. I think they catch great. Here we are at the respite, the one after the, usually the 2 hardest holes on the course, and this is your break. This is your easy hole. It's only the 12th hardest today.
Wow.
Only a third of a stroke over par. This one's pretty well wind blocked. There's a lot of trees. It's kind of in the lower part of a gully through here, and there's a lot of trees blocking the north wind in this section. At the very worst, it's going to be like a right-left wind a little bit, so it's not going to be impacting the disc too much, but there's a lot of trees to block. Yeah, this is a good shape to take if you got it.
Yeah, just that wraith. Oh, a little late flip. I think he's still pretty in the middle, though.
Mm-hmm. This is one I'm throwing. This is an old Stardust Destroyer I bought off Chris Clemens, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Oh.
That just flip up disc for me, hard, flip it up and cook it. I got to be kind of lined up on the right side of this pad to avoid that tree.
Oh, you slipped.
And I slipped real bad. Hit the tree and oof. I think we saw Isaac there yesterday.
Yep.
Not a fun spot to be.
Bones just taking a destroyer again.
Mm-hmm.
Got the birdie the day before.
Yeah, he let that out a lot lower than he wanted, but he's perfectly happy to get a 3 on this hole, I think. This is certainly a bonus birdie.
Oh, for sure. Just that FD1 at Cody. He's been turning this sucker over a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't tell if he's rolling it or if it's the wind getting him. That one looks really nice.
That one looks really nice.
I bet it was that wind getting him before then, because we're blocked here, so it's not snapping him the same way. And I'm doing what I said Isaac should have done the other day, just get to the middle. I didn't see anything but just throw it back and try to play this. My friend Kevin was saying I should go to the tee again, which is not a terrible idea, but I decided I'd take at least 60 feet on it. And this is that old Firebird.
That's a pretty good shot, dude.
It's a decent. It's shorter than I was hoping to pin it, so I still got a putt left on it, but it's a bogey you'd like to get now.
Hey, what do you know? Patent pending from Jose.
Yeah. Got way over on it, and let's see.
Oh,
that's a nice shot.
Slid right on up.
Yeah, that takes a lot of touch to make that happen.
Oh, I don't know what this disc is. It's
I don't
like
remember.
Did you feel it?
Oh, is it that printed one?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I know. I felt it when I was practicing with him. It's like it flies like a bird or something, he said.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think he does that stuff on purpose.
Yes, he does. Bones doesn't just want to beat you. Bones wants to beat you with the strangest disc you've never heard of. And you know what? He does.
Yep. He did win last year, but here comes Cody, because this is a birdie putt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great birdie. Yeah, Bones won last year. It was a strong field last year, but we only had like 32 golfers. This is another, a stronger field at 53 golfers, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
All single division, so nobody's hiding. We got Masters golfing with us. We got everybody.
Yeah, I think it's cool how you do the single division.
I think a course like this, I think you got to. Makes it more fun for everybody. Hole 12. This one is a disc eater again. You're not confident on your drive, and you're going to be taking a 5 or 6 at least on it. Really, really short. So if you just make this gap right there, you're fine. This is another one that's usually not wind affected. That first bit maybe, but then once you dive down into this gully right here, you're blocked pretty well from most of the wind anywhere. So as long as you navigate that initial gap, you'll be okay. But navigating the initial gap is the obvious challenge here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit easier said than done.
Cody's taking that left gap, it looks like. Is perfect for a flip up forehand.
Oh,
and he hit the early ground bounce and got pretty decent up there.
yeah.
That's still birdieable.
Here we go.
Is this a AVR? What's he throwing here?
This is a Rock X3.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I like that as a disc choice here. It's overstable, but it's not like a Justice or Drone or something super beefy.
Yeah,
Okay, he got down there.
Completely clean, but now he's going to be pinched.
If he hadn't run into that, there's a secondary fairway on the left side for the Roots course. He probably would have been better shape if he hadn't skipped into that tree, but he just hit that tree. Overturned a little bit, too straight.
Yep, that was the Sky
straight.
God. Yep.
This is a MD3 again here. This is my, just a straight mid-range. I don't want to have to torque into something too much. I want to hit it on a little angle and let it fall over. And yanked it. But got through there pretty decent.
And I love looking at this gap, how beautiful it is.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites to look back on, especially. This one and the hole before, you look from pin back towards the fairway, and I think they're beautiful.
That's a great shot by Cody there.
Mm-hmm.
Bones I think he's just going to have to pitch out.
Yeah, there's no birdie for Bones at this point on this hole. This is minimize damage, keep moving. Still sitting at 6 under par.
Nice.
Yeah, he's...
Oh my gosh. What a spot for you.
Yeah. This is one trying to hit this leaner out here and throw this skippy backhand with the machete. I really don't even want to throw it much past that second tree over there on the right and hit the ground, but just yanked into it too much.
Yeah.
It's a tough angle. Should have thrown a forehand roller or something through there. Yeah. Jose's not much in front of where I was, and he's looking at that forehand. He's got a good shape on it here. If he hits it right and pans it down, be really nice. Little nose up, little splashy.
Yeah.
But that'll work.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. What do you have here?
Oh, just nothing. This is one of those where you see a gap like just a little bit in front of you, and that's the only thing you can see, and so you throw it as hard as you can and see what happens.
Okay, that's fair.
Honestly, I think I threw it looks like I threw a forehand here. Yeah, I was trying to remember if I threw the roller, but just try to get anything out there.
Well, it looked pretty good.
I got real far out there, and then it jumped into that tree, and then left middle short circle 2.
Oh,
that's a good scare. Yeah, this is just outside the circle. Those trees are just enough in the way. I'm trying to hyzer it in there. Thought I hit the pace on it, didn't hit the pace.
Okay. Jose was a little bit deeper than I thought.
Just a little bit. Yeah, he's a little bit nose up, so he stalled out on it and then ended up right. But this is a makeable putt for him. This is just inside the circle, maybe 25 feet or so. Ooh, that was close to right. There's a little bit of wind coming on this. We're starting to go back up the valley now, so there's a little bit more that you're going to see acting. See the wind blowing around. Oh, and it slides out on Bones.
So Cody can get a birdie here and pick up another one.
Mm-hmm. Great putt. Great birdie right there.
Wow.
You're always happy with a birdie on 12. And if you're not clean, you're usually getting a bogey.
Yeah.
Jose escaping with a par. He wanted that birdie. He's probably thinking, kicking himself, he should have had that birdie, that putt back there, but you're not unhappy with a par. Here we go, spider hole. This gap gets a little bit tighter on day 2 when you're trying to hunt and trying to get up there on it. Definitely more than fair, more than wide compared to some of the other ones, but you got to really control where you're landing up here. Let's see, Bones made that really big one from the right side yesterday. Let's see if he can get in a better position today, though.
Yep. And Cody going to take the box, now tied with Bones at the top.
Hunting him down. Oh
no.
Just early.
Yeah, I think he said he rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Should have taken a little bit more time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where that wide gap on day 2, it starts to shrink.
See a little bit of my hand here. I don't have a shutter, and the sun was shining.
Yeah, a little bright. It's supposed to be a little cooler. Well, this was the nicer day, in my opinion, for October temperatures. But
oh, for sure, it was beautiful.
Get some good fall weather. Jose hit that early one left. Bones looks like he's turning it again.
Just repeat.
Same spot.
Yeah, let's see if he can make the putt again.
Yeah. Knows it's possible. He did it once. That's MD3 again, left side.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't turn it over enough. Hit a little nose up and didn't commit to the Anheuser the way you got to hit that floater at it. So as much as you don't want to scramble on this hole, if you're going to scramble, spot where Jose's at's not bad. He can still control where he lands at. And that's the most important thing here.
I think he nestled right up close. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Yep. This is where it gets real tricky. There's lots of little corridors that can catch you up. You hit too much pace and you skip across.
Oh,
hit a stump and stay there. And even from here, he should be able to get up and down. It's never as easy as it should be. That's a leave. That's where you want your drive to end up, not your putt for bogey. Oh. Back here, this is one I should have laid up if I was gonna be honest with where I was at in the round. But sometimes you play too much horse on a hole and you start thinking, I've made this putt before. It was close to right. I was aiming at those branches and hope I trickled through them because it had to blow over diving in on a hyzer.
Oh yeah, I wish it wouldn't have hit something. I wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough putt. See, he's got to slide that in. Got to be on a hyzer, sliding on the right side.
Oh, ricochet! Come on.
Playing for a bank is a thing here. Oh, he's got the exact same putt.
I said yesterday, it kind of fits his putting style. Right there. That one he ricocheted a little bit.
Yeah, just a touch. I think he was about 2 feet closer on that one. Probably took off his timing a little bit.
That was a cool putt.
Even that one is you get a little shaky on. You don't want to have to make a putt like that for par.
Jose?
Take your bag off, Jose. Okay, that's fine. Just dunk it, I guess. Yeah, that hole is basically averaged exactly at par again, 16th easiest on the day. For putting a bucket up in a tree like that, it sure plays like a par 3 pretty good.
Yeah.
And head to precipice, the 15th easiest hole. And not too bad with the north wind. That's pushing from the right direction to be on the little bit safe side. That south one's the one you're real terrified of. But if you can get up here and finish by them chickens right there, you got a putt. You'd like to be closer. But this is one. They're right there. Just nothing behind the bucket. Throwing
Right.
the John Doerr again.
John Doerr, there you go.
Oh, yoinked it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a frustrating approach. Yeah, I like Jose's forehand here. Forehands here, you open the gap up, you're looking at it, and the big part of the plateau is on the right side. So worst case, you saw it off a little bit right, you get down there, you chip up. And I'm not good at this hole, and so I was trying to figure out what to do. And in my practice rounds, I threw a bunch of extras, and I threw this champion Rolo. Standstill, hyzer, you almost can't not flip it. The only problem with it is it goes too fast.
Wow. But that was a beautiful shot, though.
I think it's a carbon copy of what I did the day before on it. That champ Rolo, you throw them on a hyzer, they don't not flip. It's interesting to see Cody go backhand here.
I agree.
For as good as his forehand is, this one lines up like a forehand for a forehand golfer.
John in a tough spot here.
Yeah, let's see what kind of rubber thing he grabs here. Oh no, that looks normal.
Yeah, what is it? Well, it doesn't
No,
look that
it's
normal.
No, is it a Sonic?
I think it could be. I want to know how many he carries, just these crazy utility discs.
He has them all like tucked into each other too. It's like one stuffed inside a Condor, one in a Sonic, one stuffed in every crevasse in his bag. Jose is gonna lay this one up for sure. There's no no running this one today. Yeah,
smart.
that wind's coming off his right shoulder. If he sets it chain high and gets up there, that's no fun.
Interceptor.
Yeah.
Oh, is he switching it out?
Probably going with the other floppy one.
That's the koi if he does switch it. Yeah, you called it.
Yeah, goes the koi. And this one will be within about 1.5 feet of the basket.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think that's the first time one of them floppy guys got away on him.
Yep. He should have went with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was running it though.
I think he was too. Yeah, so I asked the group on this one if I was in or out because I wanted to lean forward and land, and I couldn't because I couldn't get the juice on it because I couldn't fall forward. I was just inside the circle.
You can really see though how uphill this is from this angle.
Mm-hmm. And that'll be straight headwind. As soon as he crests that hill, he's straight into a headwind. Massive.
Wow.
Huge bogey. We're seeing some exciting bogeys this round.
That's right.
Boy, I didn't want to leave this leave.
Oh, no. Ooh.
Scariest 18-footer I think you ever did see. Happy with a par, though.
No doubt.
Jose will drop in for par here.
Now we're going down the hill, Brandon.
Yeah, par. Yep.
Yeah, big save there from Mr. Jones.
Yeah, huge for being aggressive at that spot there. And hole 15, which is the 4th hardest hole on the day. It's one of those, it's not when it's not a headwind, but we're staring straight at a headwind. So throwing nose down through the gap, controlling your pace, not hitting the trees. This one is it's almost the shortest par 4 on the course. It's not, but it almost feels like it.
Yeah.
0.79 over par.
Yeah, even recording this hole, you can just feel the wind. I'm like pushing me backwards.
This is one I normally throw a putter on it, and I've thrown destroyers on this in a headwind sometimes.
That was a Firebird.
And I'm between I think trying a pig and throwing just the Firebird, and can't decide. Throw the Firebird.
All right.
This is not a shot that I've thrown a lot too much this year. It's almost always that's the MD3. It's almost always the MD3 or the pig on this one. Not when your shirt tails are blowing around like that.
You can see. I was going to mention that.
Yank that one right, because that's faster than I normally want to throw there.
There's some OB over there, but you are safe.
Yeah, it picks up, all the woods are safe, but it picks up out in the hayfield out there, and there's a line marking it.
Cody
Hat
goes
fall off.
PD.
Hat fall off with a PD, getting way down there and staying safe. Nice.
Wow. What a shot.
Looked like about pin high, maybe 60, 50, something like that. Find out.
Yeah. And we're going Cayman.
Cayman would be a good frisbee here.
Yeah.
Gets into the stuff over there. So if you're up here, you're trying to control your speed down into this headwind on that side slope. It's a tricky shot.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's got such a tough angle there.
Mm-hmm.
And I say he did pretty dang good.
That's well done. Bones is he's doing this lean out hyzer right here. That's a good idea if you got that gap up there. Man, look at those trees whipping around him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just get to the earth here. Throw something stable, get to the earth, and hope you scoot close enough to putt. Oh, and he fell over.
He caught himself, though.
And a pretty dang good approach.
Yep.
Boy, and this one took a minute to get to.
Yeah, you were in jail, basically.
Yeah. This one, I'm trying to figure out if I can even get the disc. Like, I'm not that far in there. I'm trying to figure out if it even gets out.
Oh, it got out.
It got out and it got in.
Holy moly.
Sometimes you get lucky.
What a shot. Holy cow.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was maybe cooking OB if it didn't go in. Yeah, 50, 60 feet maybe. And there's another birdie on that.
Matches you.
Yeah, that's a more conventional birdie.
Yours was way more fun. Yeah, because you were in thorns and everything in there.
Oh, yeah. I seriously didn't know if the disc was even going to come out of my hand. I was just trying to throw it through any gap I could see. So we're hitting a stretch here. So that was the 4th hardest. We're going to have the 6th hardest next, then the 11th, and then the 5th. All of these averaging almost at, next one's almost 2/3 a stroke over par. The end of this course here is a bruiser here in this wind.
But hey, we got a Disc and Deals double take for this shot. Let's watch it super slow-mo. Coming in. A forehand.
Just cooking.
And let's watch it blow up the chains. Bang!
Right in there. Good. That's a good machete.
And you can see Jose was quick. He jumped up.
I was joking with the guys. If you can't put the basket in with your putter, you might as well throw it in with a machete. So, yeah, this one's 0.6 over par, 0.65 over par, average and tough again. This is one forehand would fight the wind here, but you're going to get slammed. The backhand, you're going to have to throw it very wide if you want to try to hit over on it. And I'd say the straight shot's almost out of play in this wind. Just not even something you want to mess with. You got to be, if you're throwing this backhand, you got to be almost up in those graphics in the top right corner to be in and on the pin. And that wasn't close. That was poor body alignment and throwing something that's almost over to 17's tee over there.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's OB. Mm-hmm. And now Cody going with the forehand. We have not seen this play yet.
I like the forehand here. It's a little straight, and oh my gosh, that just died right there.
Yeah, and there's no graphic yet because there's going to be a discussion.
Yeah. That didn't get any skip on it. It just died. Jose throwing forehand. Cooked it.
That turned quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see how much wind's down there because it caught and it just kept riding.
Yeah, it was absolutely pumped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see if Bones can line up this hyzer better than I did. Yeah, it's pretty wide. And it hit a little wind shear up there and dropped on him.
Yes.
And ended up pretty nice up there. That's a good shot.
So Jose taking his OB all the way back here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he turned out early. This isn't a spot you want to be. That forehand's so open, but this is the scary part of it. You don't ever get back in, and you're playing way back up here.
So he's going with another destroyer. That's a little early. It checks up though.
Yeah, he's got a chance down there.
And Cody's going provisional until he gets to his shot.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone can take a peek. A little high.
See if the wind slams him down. Sets it up there enough that wind might help him by jamming it. Yeah, we get up here. This is about as close as it's going to be with us still calling it out of bounds.
Yeah.
It was both me and Jose agreed 2-3 inches out at least, a couple fingers pretty clear. It was definitely out of bounds in my opinion, but if it'd been much closer, we would have called him in.
Yeah.
Just, benefit to the player, but it was just a little too obvious. Long bid here.
Oh.
That's a good healthy try.
Heck yeah, it is.
So this is Jose's putt to try to save the bogey. Huge.
Let's go.
Huge bogey putt.
Yeah, we're seeing some big putts.
Yeah. Most of them for bogey, but that's okay. Now, Cody hit that real huge one on 15.
Yeah, and here's a birdie look here.
Yeah, that's circle's edge, maybe just out. Should be straight tailwind on him. Sets it up, floats it, and jams it. That's a huge birdie.
Big putt.
Yeah. So he gets to 6 down there, and you see we got a couple tap-ins coming up here. Mm-hmm. He gets to 6 down there, and this is the point I'm pretty sure Bones started score watching, and he was looking that Zachariah was coming in with a hot round off the chase card here. He knew he had a little bit more work to do.
Yep.
Because they started earlier than us, and they were playing a little bit quicker than we were. And right here on this hole, on hole 17, Zachariah took a huge over-the-top shot, got way up there, and then got his second to about 25 feet, or 22 feet or so, and cashed an eagle on this one. So at this point on this tee pad, Bones is looking at it and knows that he's a stroke behind.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really watching us anymore. He was watching Cody for a little while. Cody just had some trouble, but he knows he's got to get one out of these last 2. This is probably going to be the one he wants since 18 is pretty tough.
Yep.
Definitely scoreable. Doesn't need to play for the eagle here. Doesn't need to do what Zach did. Just got to get a birdie.
Yep, he got the birdie yesterday on 17 and 18, but conditions are a little bit different today.
Mm-hmm. He got up to the flat, looks like. That's a good shot.
Good place to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is that destroyer again. Just try to set her up there as far as you can.
Yep, got to the flat.
Mm-hmm.
Jose throwing this pink one. I don't think I've seen it yet. It's a Star Destroyer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet either. A little bit more inside, but it's puffing up good. That's good.
Yeah.
If you want to flirt with those trees over there, that's a really good thing to do if you can avoid them, because you can cut some of that distance off your illusion by going the left side. The risk is that they're just garbage if you mess up.
Oh no. Yeah. And so the left-hand side, the tall grass there is not OB.
It's not OB. It's just you're giving up enough distance on it. It doesn't need to be out of bounds, in my opinion.
So Cloudbreaker. I'm going to have a little skip. A little pinch there.
I got to the left side. Really, all you got to do on your second shot here is advance and not be either out of bounds or pinched. So throwing a destroyer, a little bit more distance than I really probably should have gone for, and almost popped up and rolled OB there.
Ooh.
That left to right slope, it drags your disc over, your plant foot like kind of drags the arm swing over. Thought that tailwind was protecting a little bit more, but it wasn't. Boy, that disc must have been pretty beefy. Oh, and see, he hit that pop and roll, and looks like he's just on the safe side of the line up there.
That was just safe. Here we go, Bones with another boss.
Mm-hmm. He really wants to get this one because you don't want to have to get 18. If he can get this one, he can control his destiny.
That was a good shot. Right in the middle. And Cody gonna go a little crazy here.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's lying too. This is one that you might just go for the par and just call it good.
He goes up over the top and makes the corner though. And
yeah, that's decent.
Yeah. Not too bad. What's this thing?
This is that broken pig again.
Oh, okay.
Just a real straight flyer.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, just 230-ish, something like that. Just a real straight shot. You don't got to do too much on it. Yeah, we did have a discussion on Jose's too. He was clearly on the inbound side on it. Wasn't as close as Cody's was a hole before.
It is important to note that Cody also called it in. He didn't hold any grudges.
No, yeah.
Super good guy. And Sky God.
See if he can get this one pinned.
Yep.
I'd say that'll do. Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic.
That should net him a birdie and get him into a share of the lead going into 18. See if he can finish it in regulation, or 18. He could drop strokes too, and he could be out of it.
Yep, he could lose it, he could win it, or we could go into some overtime.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's a pretty good par, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure. But as you mentioned, this is fairly soft on the par 5 side.
For sure, yeah, especially for Foxtail. This is on the soft side of par 5 because we want eagles.
Yeah, exactly, and we got one, and
we got
down
one.
this stretch, exactly what you wanted.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad Zach vindicated me. I was telling people it's eagleable, and they were saying, no, not eagleable. And then I just had to point to a scorecard and say, hey, Zach got it from 22 feet. What are you doing?
And
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
it just kind of slipped out of his hand.
I honestly don't know if Brandon, I think he may have started walking, stopped. If that was on him or not. So if it is, Jose, so sorry.
I think he was just doing his pump and then it slipped in his finger. He said he tried to catch it and then it fell out, and I think it was just one of those things that happens sometimes on accident. I don't recall Jose saying anything about distraction, just kind of a slip. Right. So we got a big tailwind here. Can make the drive a little bit more interesting for a backhand predominant golfer. Forehand golfers should be okay here, getting one in bounds, but Bones isn't going to be throwing a forehand here. Bones is going to be throwing a backhand, and that's going to be a little bit touchier on him.
Yep, and he went TL3 yesterday, hit the pole to stay in bounds.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what he does today. And as you can see, I put Zach in there. He's going hex.
Yeah, and I think that's a good play. He doesn't need as much speed, and he needs to be in the middle.
And so Zach has been added. As you can see, him and Bones at the top of the leaderboard, 7 down. If Bones birdies, he wins the tournament. MD3?
MD3, yep. Just throw it right to the middle.
Yep, it's a good shot.
Yeah, this is the if you got a decent forehand, it's not even, you don't have to have a great forehand here. You need a decent forehand. It's probably a little higher than he'd like, but I think it's going to be more than fine. Yeah, he's not trying to bite too much off on it.
Destroyer out of him and Cloudbreaker out of Cody. And that's the line I like best.
Yeah, a little punchier, get a little bit more distance on it. Oh, hey, it's YY.
Yeah, had to get her in there. It was too cute.
Last year she came out and she ran out and wanted to say hi and walked with me on 18, and then she wanted to do it again. Trying to get her sister to come out too, but she's usually the brave one. She was being shy today.
Lots of people.
I'm a 390 or so here, just throwing a destroyer just way out over everything. And I thought I hit it. I thought this was the exact shot that I wanted to throw. And then just got a little wind bounce, wind shear up there, and then pushed it down way down the hill.
Yep, and here we go.
Here's Bones. Let's see if he can pin it.
And this is a Calvin destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
It was a right to left wind here, right?
Yep, right to left. Big wind. He's just throwing something more overstable, set it up, and trying to get it down. But Bones throws too hard sometimes, I think. He got into the... Oh, he almost stayed up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Went down. So he's going to not probably have anything for a look. He's going to have to figure out how to get out of there to save par at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be able to make his layup okay there. That'd have been interesting to see if it hadn't hit that extra roll down there. I'd put money on Bones running that and maybe even cashing it.
Absolutely.
Jose got down there about where I got to, just kind of leaving it heavy down there. Let's see where Cody gets to.
Cody, FD3.
FD3 is a good disc choice, and he's kind of in a little race with Jose right now. See if they can... See if one of them can end up with third. Oh, and that's going to be a birdie right there.
Oh, yeah.
Jose's got to get up and down now. Save the tie for third.
Yeah,
and this is thick here. Back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you really want to get as close as you can because you don't want to have to putt here.
You're basically in the same spot.
Yep. Trying to remember, I think I threw, is that a pig?
Yeah,
I was almost thinking about throwing it. Yeah, I almost threw a destroyer here just to chip through and slide, but then I figured the pig could do it too. Yeah,
so
Bones has got nothing.
Yeah, he's tricky position. Oh, it's got to sit, and it does.
He slid up there. Looks like we might get some bonus golf.
Oh boy.
And Cody here got that 10-footer, get a birdie, get in a tie for third. That's a heck of a weekend.
No doubt. Course record, podium finish.
That's great.
All right. Yeah, Bones is close enough that we can probably start talking about what's going to happen here with him and Zach. How is the extra holes played?
So the championship, we do a 2-hole aggregate, which means that it's not sudden death. They're going to play 2 holes, and then after those 2 holes, if we have a winner, great. If not, then we're going to play the aggregate again. It's holes 1 and 18, and so we'll do that for 3 times. If we're still tied after the 3rd time, then we're just going to go 18, 18, 18, 18 till we get a winner.
Yeah, and you were just letting the guys know this is the first time Zach had ever played an aggregate.
Yeah, I really like the aggregate scoring. I don't like sudden death very much because I want there to be a little bit more excitement on it. And then 1 and 18 are great holes.
Yeah. So we're going to look at hole 1 again. Remember, playing the hardest on the course, or?
This was the hardest in the 2nd round, yeah. This was the hardest, and then hole 18 was the 5th hardest. This one was 1.12 strokes over par, and hole 18 was 0.75 over par. So we've got a doozy of a playoff lined up.
No doubt. And, the crazy thing is we've had Bones both rounds, and he has bogeyed this hole both times.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got to see Zach play it, so interesting to see what he's going to do. But Bones has got to keep this in bounds.
Yep.
Zach, your tails.
Sick.
If it's heads, Bones goes first. Tails, Zach goes first. And then Whoever wins the hole, it would be the same thing.
Sure.
If it's tied, swap.
Okay. Okay. Oh, we're flipping.
It is tails.
Let's go. That's the way it should have been.
The disc don't lie, John.
Go.
All right. Here we go. I do not know what Zach's throwing. Do you know his bag at all?
He's mostly an Innova guy. He was sponsored by Innova for years. I think he's still mostly on the Innova train. Lots of old Firebirds, lots of Destroyers. A little bit more right than I think you really want to be there. But Zach's got a big forehand, so he might be in a position where he can hit that big forehand over there. Still got to put it up into the wind a little bit more than you'd like. See where Bones can get to. Okay, I think he got pretty good spot on that one.
At the same spot.
Yep.
I think he's been in the majority of the rounds here.
Yeah, so actually Zach's not in a terrible spot. If you're throwing this forehand, you'd rather be a little further back so you have more space to get the disc in the air. He's got such a big forehand. Yeah, smashed it over there.
Oh, yeah.
He still had to flirt with those willows.
He's on that right-hand side, but well inbounds.
Yeah, well inbounds. I think he's like 60 feet or something. Bones
here he goes.
Roadrunner again.
Yep, in this wind. Oh boy. Roller. Is it gonna? Oh God. And it's safe.
Oh, that was close. Almost exactly like day one.
Yep. And pitch up there by Zach.
I think he
and
might.
Bones.
Bones has got a chance
to lead.
Yeah. If this is a sudden death, I think he runs this whole hog. But if it's aggregate, he's got to be a little bit more cautious here. Or not, because he's Bones. He sits down in that little gully right there. That's 22, 25 feet. Annoying, makeable, straight into a headwind.
Into a headwind.
Yep. Uphill, into the headwind, uphill.
Cash.
Just in the heart.
And the crowd here. It was pretty special.
That's part. Let's see if Zach makes it. Part of why I wanted this 118 aggregate is the crowd doesn't have to move.
Yeah,
they get to stand there and watch the whole playoff and not move.
Yeah,
so back to 18.
And so now it's basically sudden death.
Yep, at this point, yeah. So if they're still tied here, they're going to do aggregate again, and then if we do that again, then we'll do aggregate again, and then we go like full sudden death. But this is basically sudden death right here. And this is one where strokes can swing here.
Yeah, can get down to it. Oh, this is exciting. And we know Bones played a little bit long the first time. He just played this hole, so he should be able to make some adjustments here.
Yeah. Throwing that hex again. I like that hex out of him here.
Yep, another great toss.
Yeah, a little bit shorter than you'd like to be. He's pinched up on that line, but that's definitely makeable and might give him a pure crosswind, which maybe is easier to judge.
And you were talking about a huge forehand. How does that?
Yeah. That'll be fine. About the only thing uncomfortable here is that you're blind to the pin. The more you get up on this tree line, the more blind you are. He left out a little bit lower than you might want, but I think it's going to be okay. Or he might be going back to where he was before.
Exact same spot.
Yeah, I think he's been there before. Zach's in a range, but he's throwing. This is probably a Firebird.
Yeah, I think I did ask him on this one. This is a Firebird. And that looks tasty.
Yeah.
Hits
and just a little bit too much juice and rolls.
Wow.
I think it was
right there.
I think it was a little bit inside. If he'd played that a little bit wider and it had more time to slide out to the left, it might not have popped over, but it was a little inside, so it still had a lot of juice when it got to the wall.
That was close. Is he running that? My
Yeah.
God.
I think he was. I think he had to, because this is makeable. This is terrifying, but this is absolutely makeable. Zach's got a big C2 putt game too. He can definitely can some really big putts.
Oh, and
That
he
looked-
hit cage.
And it stayed close. That's, oh boy, Bones, just make it like a normal person. Yeah, give me palpitations there, dude.
All right, so we're going into another aggregate.
Yep, second aggregate, same loop again, 1 and 18.
All right,
Here
Zach,
we go.
got the tee.
Little lower.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit shorter than he was last time.
Yeah, maybe more on the hillside too.
I think so. If you throw far enough, you get past the hillside, and I think he's still caught up on it. Bones a little bit wider.
Yeah,
But
coming
he's-
right at Brandon.
Yeah, it's swinging in there really nice. He's a little bit further back too.
Oh yeah, Zach switched his play up here. It looks like he's going
He's going straight at it, overhand.
tomahawk.
Yeah, going overhand, straight at it.
He's
Boy,
in
that
that
one.
tree. He ran over.
It carried inbounds. It was out of bounds though.
It was.
Yeah, it hit the top of that tree, came down the trunk, and then rolled out of bounds about 2 feet behind.
Oh dang.
We were watching it dance up there.
And oh gosh, more rolling action. But this one,
this time to a great spot.
yeah,
Yeah, he hit that tree right in front of him, rolled down,
got you.
and he was
And
he
get
was
that
trying to
one.
run. Yeah, he knew he had to try to make it. He didn't want to give up too much.
Yeah, he had to run it.
Oh, little roll away too.
Yeah. And so here's
Bones.
John.
For a birdie here. This would be nailing the coffin. Yeah, it's not over, but it's I mean, a birdie there, and then Zach's taking a big number. Oh.
Oh yeah, he kept his bag on.
Yeah,
He's a little frustrated.
yeah, that's some frustration, and that's I mean, realistically, it was going to be a tough putt anyway with giving up that many strokes on it on the first hole, but anything could have happened on 18. Now I think it's 4 strokes. Bones could probably throw one of them floppy disks in the middle and throw it a couple more times.
Yeah, yeah. So the envy play, inbounds. That's all he needed to do.
Yep.
And here is Zach, and I don't know what he's throwing, but
It's something different.
yeah. Oh yeah, that looks roller.
Yeah, he's trying to throw fast, trying to get it down real good, and it's it could have, if it landed more over.
Yeah, he played pretty quick. That was OB. This is drop zone.
Yeah.
Look at the shot.
He could have played further up. That drop zone's optional there too. He's frustrated right now, so he wasn't even. He's just walking up and taking the tee pad and chucking. But that's a huge shot.
It was.
I mean, normal people don't do that.
He did like a 70-step run up, but
yeah. So he'll set this one under there. Bones can lay up here.
Yep.
Take a big
So
paycheck.
Bones can lay up here.
Or he can cash it. The champion golfer of the year right there, John Jones.
Yeah. And there he is.
Making some good money, getting the walnut fox back again. He said his mantle was looking empty without that trophy. He wanted it back.
Wow. And there it is. Bones takes it down. Shout out to Zach for the hot round and pushing the playoff. Jose, Cody in third. And wow, dude, what a awesome time. Thank you so much for having us out there.
Wow. thank you all for coming out. It was a blast having you guys out to get this thing on video.
Dude, and it's not just this, but you've been a dream to work with. I know the drone footage that we did and the voiceover you did got rave reviews, so I'm glad we got to do all the work we did together, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It just couldn't have gone any better, and I'm just so happy that you guys were there. And real quick, if I can say thank you to everybody who helped make this thing happen. As much as it's me doing a bunch of stuff, it's not just me. It's everybody else out there who helps, add cash to this thing and make it special. So thank you all.
Yeah, thank you all so much. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye now.